Turning to your run for the U.S. Senate seat now, there's some critical reports out that suggest Garvey isn't running much of a campaign. I want to talk about a problem plaguing all the big cities in California, homelessness. If elected, what are you going to do from the federal level to provide assistance?
Well, I was watching the teaser for your segment on San Francisco. I have every confidence there's going to be a headline down the road that San Francisco is back. And the question is, how do we get San Francisco to that point quicker? And I think a lot of that involves, how do we deal with these vacant buildings? How do we deal with the problem of homelessness and housing unaffordability? I think one of the things the federal government can do that's most cost effective is dramatically increase the low-income housing tax credit to incentivize the creation of new housing or to convert housing to residential, to make it possible to help people off the street and, frankly, make housing affordable for a lot of people who are very gainfully employed but can't afford to live in San Francisco or other high-cost cities. We're also going to have to do what we can to attract people to come back to the city, since people can commute, can commute virtually and don't need to physically be there. Cities are going to have to do more to attract people to come back. I'm looking forward to working closely with San Francisco elected officials, brainstorming what can we do, how can I bring back resources so that we can bring the city back even quicker.
Okay, Congressman, quickly now, we have 30 seconds left. If Trump gets elected president, he appears to be focused on going after those he sees have done him wrong. Since you were one of the impeachment managers and served on the impeachment committee, are you concerned he will direct the Justice Department and file criminal action against you?
I think all of us that are on his enemies list are, number one, proud we're on his enemies list. But, yeah, we have to be concerned about him weaponizing the federal government. He tried to do that last time he was in office. Now, I'm confident Joe Biden is going to beat him. But anyone who tells you they want to be a dictator on day one, anyone tells you they want to go after their enemies and misuse the Justice Department, you need to take them at their word. And that means, frankly, never let them near the levers of power.
Yeah, we will see. Well, Congressman, thank you for your time with us today.